So apparently it's Good Friday, so I don't know the coronavirus cases today, but I don't really, I don't think it really should be considered a holiday, but I think stupid move, but so today I am so I'm gonna recap what you can and can't do. So it's going to be similar to what happened with the December 26th with our previous lockdown. So this is pretty much gray zone rules. A look at it. So the animal rule, yeah, the kennels and stables, that one's pretty much the same. So I'm looking at the gray zone rules right now, and so dunes, yeah, campground. So campground and the trailers and RVs used by people in need of housing are allowed on full season contract basis. Yeah, that's allowed. Cannabis stores, yeah, that's 25% cap. Gambling is absolutely closed. Cinemas, the movie, and performing arts, like all closed. Film and television production is allowed as long as there's no live audience. And employees and performers and staff need to stay 2 meters away from each other, except when for filming and various pre and post production services are allowed. So hair and makeup staff need to have like just a special personal protective equipment. Singers and musicians need to be separated by imperable barriers. Post production is permitted. So golf is allowed, but clubhouses and indoor facilities are closed. So hotels, motels, lodges, resorts, and student residents can remain open for business. However, amenities, including pools, fitness centers, meeting rooms, and other recreational, must stay closed. Short-term rentals are only for those who actually need the housing. Household services, they will. So housekeepers, nannies, babysitters, and other household staff will be allowed to keep working as long as they're supporting children, seniors, and vulnerable people. Cleaning, maintenance, and repairs related services and businesses will also be allowed to run. Libraries, okay. Only curbside and pickup and delivery will be allowed, and patrons can go inside facilities for pickup and drop off to access computers, photocopiers, and similar services. Permitted services are allowed. Meetings and event spaces. That is only for gray zone rules technically. So only for childcare, court and government services, collective bargaining, mental health, and addiction services with a maximum of 10 people, and spaces and nightclubs and strip clubs. Still the same rule. They can only provide food and drink, and they do have to run restaurant rules. Personal care services must stay closed. So commercial and industrial photography is allowed, but retail studios must stay closed. Real estate agencies will be allowed to operate, but open houses must be by appointment only. Health services, of course, like chiropractors, dentists, massage therapists, physical and occupational therapists, and podiatrists, and etc. are allowed to operate under the provincial framework. Yes, so restaurants, bars, and cafes are still takeout, drive-through, and delivery services. So yeah, we're back to that. Schools will be open with So colleges and universities will be open for those doing clinical medical training, trades, or some etc. So online classes will still run for all other classes. So it's the great so when it comes to shopping, supermarkets, convenience stores, pharmacies, and other stores primarily selling groceries must cap the number of customers to 50% of the approved capacity. So non-essential businesses, they need to it is 25% capacity for and businesses, all businesses will need to increase the cleaning and disinfecting of washrooms and change rooms to ensure the facilities are kept in a sanitary condition. So it'll be up to the stores to ensure a passive screening is done to the customers, and screening can be the posting of signs outside advising people not to enter if they have coronavirus symptoms. Yep, and that is technically a requirement. I have been to businesses that have asked me these questions before. So yes, so indoor malls are required to screen patrons. So before they enter the mall, and loitering inside the malls is absolutely not allowed. So each store inside the mall will be capped at 25% of the approved capacity. So yeah, and customers will need to maintain a 2 meter distance and wearing a face mask and coverings in all accordance to the you know. So curbside pickup and delivery will be continued to be allowed, and there's like at malls there's still that designated parking spots for, so if you like so 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 social gatherings, religious services, weddings, and funerals. So organized indoor public events and social gatherings are absolutely not allowed. Absolutely not. Except for people from the same household. No. If you ain't from the same household, you can't. Those who live alone are under the regulation to maintain exclusive access to another household due to social isolation concerns. So if you live alone, yes, you can visit. Yeah, but you can't visit like more than one at the same time, or outdoor organized public events and social gatherings with the social distancing as capped at 5 people maximum. Weddings, funerals, and religious services indoors are capped at 15% of the approved room capacity, and of course, fifth, social distancing must be adhered. That must be happening, and for the weddings, funerals, and religious services outdoors, there isn't a hard maximum posted. So as long as the number of people that can maintain 2 meters away from each other outdoors, virtual drive-in and religious services, rites, ceremonies, and events are allowed under certain conditions. So sports and recreation facilities, gyms closed. So so fitness activities is only permitted to open for high performance athletes training for professional sports leagues, or NFL, NHL, NBA, and and or the Olympics and Paralympics, as well for those with disabilities. So those with disabilities who need access to physical therapy, yeah, they have an exception. So the following outdoor recreation amenities are allowed to open: parks and recreation areas, baseball diamonds, batting cages, sports fields, tennis courts, table tennis amenities, pickleball courts, basketball courts, BMX parks, skate parks, frisbee golf areas, bike trails and cycling shooting ranges, ice rinks, tobogganing hills, snowmobile and cross-country trails, playgrounds, and parts of parks with outdoor fitness equipment. However, for the approved outdoor recreation of amenities, 2 meters of distance must be maintained. Team sports where players come within 2 meters of each other is so it's closer, that's closer than 2 meters. That is not allowed. And locker rooms and clubhouses need to stay closed. Washrooms and first aid and equipment stores that is open and available. So I am going to sort of look at lockdown. So previous December 26th, under the sort of similar gray zone rules, so so you could do shopping, work, school, banking, medical appointments, business appointments, childcare services, access to governmental and social services, delivery of goods, caregiving, take a child to their parent or guardian, take someone in the same household to the proofs placed under the order, to helping someone who's experiencing domestic violence, unsafe conditions, or in need of emergency assistance. You can go out for exercise, and you could walk your dog as long as you leash your dog. Some people did not follow that rule, and yeah, they're breaking the bylaw. So skating was allowed in many places. There are some people that you could attend a place to administration justice. So exercise Section 35 indigenous or treaty right that's for native people only. You could go to the airport or bus stop or train station or subway station, or for if you needed to go for some stuff for essential reasons. You could visit a household of a person if you were living alone, not people living with others. Like, so you could buy and obtain animal food, veterinarian services and assistance. It was available. Travel, for example, this is like air by plane, and moving or making arrangements to buy or sell property, and the lease that was also. So there's something that was December 26th that was sort of different. And of course, there was no social gatherings outside your household. With anyone outside your household, no social gatherings over 10. Limitations on some businesses, some closures, restaurants and bars only doing takeout, delivery, or drive-through services, and no large gatherings. And the classic host pays $1,000. Every other person who showed up pays $750 each. So they're this is pretty much slightly similar to the gray zone rules, but there's some new rules that we have to follow now, and So please do follow coronavirus safety rules and regulations, and you know, and specific lockdown rules starting tomorrow, 12:01 a.m. Mark your calendars. I've already done it. You should do it too. Remember, you cannot have any and this is for Easter. Only celebrate with those in your own household. If you want to, like, talk to other people outside your household, your options are through social media or Zoom chats or Google Meet. Yeah, I have a it's or other like a messenger or like video chat options. So you can do that. Because do the same thing you did last year, and don't have a large gatherings like you did last year. Last year with Easter, because don't ruin it like last time with St. Patrick's Day this year, because that's when things really went steeped up and where it went worse. So, only celebrate with those in your own household if you are celebrating Easter. I know it's a Christianity holiday. It's but some people they've made it sell Easter egg. They're trying to like do marketing with it. So yeah, if you celebrate Easter, yeah. Celebrate with your own those in your own household. If you want to talk to others, use social media. Lockdowns tomorrow. Stay safe. It's going to get worse. Because lockdowns happen. It's happening. Dr. Peter Juni and Dr. Abdu Shakwi and other healthcare professionals did actually warn you about this. Yet some of y'all didn't listen. This is what we got.